Hello and welcome to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting into today's top stories, city officials announced the opening of a small dog park near Case Field at a council meeting last week using a grassy area between Redlinger baseball field and the playground. We had some concerns about people just using the ball fields as a dog park in itself, Park Superintendent Nick Pasha said. So we had that space, and for a low cost, we were able to make that small space a dog park. We're working on getting some signage for it. It's already got water. In the future, we'll maybe get a pad for a bench in a low shelter. It's a nice location. Pasha said the idea would make use of the otherwise underutilized space. While there has been no opening ceremony, he said the space was available for use now. The Mount Pleasant High School IJAG program underclassmen have hit the ground running for the 2022-23 school year. Mount Pleasant underclassmen were welcomed into the IJAGS program for the first time last year and are happily stepping into their roles as student leaders this year. Currently, the students are participating in a program election to establish leadership for the new school year. Through a multi-week campaign season, the students have already created posters and campaign videos and will host an election Wednesday, October 26th throughout the IJAG classes. Elected officials will engage the classes, school, and community through awareness and service throughout the year. Today, the campaign videos of all 14 student candidates will be shown in each IJAG class to inform classmates of their candidate choice before voting. October 26th, students will be sworn into their elected positions, and October 31st, they will attend the All Iowa Conference in the Iowa City area. At the conference, students will learn about the offices they are elected to represent, alongside leadership skills to succeed in those offices. Considering the positive impact of IJAG instructors in the program overall, the school board is currently exploring the possibility of extending the programming to 7th and 8th grades, the lowest grades to which it is available. Saturday, Mount Pleasant Communities High School's FFA chapter hosted Feed a Farmer at Agri Center in Mount Pleasant and Chem Grow in Salem. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., approximately 20 FFA students gave 100 meals donated by the Mabius family to local farmers. FFA advisor Brady Martin said, "I think it's a great way to give back to the farmers in the Mount Pleasant area." To end with some lighter news, Paws and More held a seasonally appropriate party Saturday afternoon, opening the shelter's doors for Trick or Treat with the animals, meaning wearing their own costumes, as you can see. Talbot said the event was a hit as the shelter was flooded with families eager to adopt a new four-legged friend. A bit of eye bleach was the perfect way to end the top story section. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have the weather and sports coming up, but first obituaries. Larry Dwayne Swaim of Fairfield passed away on October 20th. Banner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Mary Catherine Brinning of Washington passed away on October 19th at the age of 87. Funeral services will be at noon October 26th at the Beatty Family Funeral Home in Washington. Daniel Emil Havelka of Jefferson County passed away on October 20th at the age of 101. A funeral mass and celebration of life will be held at a later date. Banner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Homer Don Bozarth, formerly of Fairfield, passed away on October 16th at the age of 93. Celebration of life will be held at 11 a.m. November 2nd at Obert Funeral Home in Chipley, Florida. Dean William Messer of Mount Pleasant passed away on October 20th at the age of 82. A funeral service will be at 10:30 a.m. October 25th at the Kimsey Funeral Home. We're going to take another brief break. When we come back, we will have football scores and the weather.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have some football scores coming up, but first the weather.
The weather is brought to you by Jacqueline Areola, LLC.
Come visit Jackie in her new location downtown. She is ready to serve Washington and the surrounding community.
After severe drought, we may be looking at a week of rain. Today, there is a 50% chance of rain in the evening with a high of 76. Tomorrow will be much cooler with a high of 53 and a 90% chance of rain. Thursday, temperatures will bump back up to 62 and there will be a break from the rain. And on Friday, there's a 35% chance of rain and the high will be 59. That was the weather. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
Washington Demons football season came to an end on Friday night with a victory over West Burlington 27-6. It was an all-around nice outing by Washington. The Demons put together a perfect amount of offense and defense on their way to the win. Both teams went scoreless in the first quarter, but Washington pulled it together in the second, scoring 14. The scoring continued for Washington up until the final whistle, as they added 7 in the third and 6 more in the fourth on their way to the 21-point win. West Burlington scored its first points of the night in the fourth, but the damage had already been done. Logan McDoyle, who was under center for Washington due to an injury to Ethan Patterson, threw just 5 times for 28 yards and a touchdown. In the run game, Taven Stewart had a huge game, rushing for 279 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jude Brown had 2 of the Demons' 4 receptions on the day, ending with 23 yards and a touchdown. On defense, James Strabala led the way with 14.5 total tackles. Despite the win, the Demons will miss the postseason as they needed some help from Fairfield in the Trojans matchup against Grinnell. The Demons finished the year with a 4-4 overall record. It's been a tough season for the Mount Pleasant football team. While still searching for the first win on Friday night, the Panthers ended their season against one of their toughest opponents of the season in North Scott. The Panthers had a tough time with the Lancers as North Scott took the win 49-10. The loss marks the end of the Mount Pleasant Panthers season. Mount Pleasant had no answer to North Scott to start the contest and also struggled to get the offense rolling against a stout Lancer defense. Jacob Rickman threw for 136 yards for Mount Pleasant. Bowen Davis led on the ground for the Panthers with 14 carries and 46 yards. Peyton Walker and Zarek Vanghaus each added 21 yards. Vanghaus had the Panthers' lone touchdown as well. In the receiving column, Wyatt Woodsmall finished with a pair of receptions for 55 yards. Garrett Cook followed with 28 yards on 2 catches, and Bryce Wilson led defensively with 8 tackles. Mount Pleasant ends its season with an 0-9 record. That's the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This is the Southeast Iowa Union News Break, and I'll see you next time.